Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, I am going to go over the breakdown of the bottles at the bottle share that we had last Friday. So, I stopped by S&W on my way and just to, kick it with Kevin for a little while. And I wind up picking up this bottle right here. Now, we're going to get into all of the bottles, so stick around. But I'm going to give you guys a quick review on this bottle right here. So this is the Middle West Spirits. This is the Dark Pumpernickel Rye. I've got my Bourbon Hunter Glen, and I picked this bottle up, man, and I'm not going to say that I was disappointed, but I wasn't blown away. So let's get into the nose real quick before we get into the bottles. Light nose, very light nose. You do smell just a hint of rye. It smells very sweet on the nose, like a light vanilla. And that's pretty much it. Let's get into the palate. There's a little bit of a spicy kick. It's very, very soft on the palate. It's a very light vanilla. It does have some rye notes. Let's go back in one more time because it's very quick. There's almost a little bit of like a light, just a smidge of a cocoa powder note. There's almost a little bit of like a fresh cut red apple note. A little bit of char on the back of the palate. I do feel some heat in the chest, but it just drinks so soft. That's why I said it's not bad. It wasn't a letdown. But after all the talk, and maybe I just need to get my hands on the cask strength. So you guys out there, let me know what you think. Maybe I just need to get my hands on the cask strength. But it just drinks super soft. It's very quick on the palate. It's very easy to drink. I would definitely give that to a new bourbon drinker. An experienced bourbon drinker may not find it as pleasing, but I don't think it's bad. Will it be something that I go to all the time? More than likely not. I will sip on it here and there, maybe when I want something a little light, but that will do for the review of the Middle West Spirits Pumpernickel Rye. Comes in at 90 proof, 43 bucks, can't beat it. All right, so let's get into the bottles. So I'm going to put the bottles on the screen, and then I'm going to break down the bottle. So you may see this picture on the screen quite a few times. I'm going to have to use my phone. So all of the bottles that we had there aren't in this photo. So I'll go over some of the bottles that we had there that aren't in the photo. One, you already see it. I picked this up on the way. Like I said, shout out to Kevin. And no, this is not the Stag, but this is the A224. So the Stag was actually the 23C. So that belonged to Barry. So let me give a shout out to the dudes who had the bottles, man. So it was Barry, Stephen Codispoti, and Brad and me, and we just all brought bottles, but Brad had the hitters. Now I'm going to tell you what bottles I brought, so we'll get back to them. So the Bernheim A224, I brought that because I thought it was good. I didn't know if anybody had any wheat whiskey yet, so I wanted to bring something that I thought was new that they didn't have just yet. Two of the bottles behind me, so the OF green label and the OF black label. Codispoti did sample the green label. The black label, I don't think anyone took that out of the bag and cracked that one. I mean, I let it be known. And of course, the Rye 3, I had to take that. You see where this thing is at. I did not get that all the way down there by itself. Now, by myself. Now, I have been sampling that thing out, and it did get tasted a little bit at the bottle share. And Barry shitted all over this bottle because I have been saying that it is a GTS beater. Barry was like, that's not a Stag beater. He was like, and he compared it to his 23C. He was like, nah, that's not a Stag beater. But anyway, so the bottles that I took, I've already done reviews on. You guys, if you haven't seen them, go check them out. But I'm going to give you a recap on these bottles. So the Blanton Straight from the Barrel. And I'm going to give you a ranking. So the Blanton Straight from the Barrel, good, very good. Grapey, strong, had a little bit of a bite to it, man. I actually, I liked it. I did like it a lot. Now, beside the 23C, it couldn't compete. I mean, it just, I won't say it like it wasn't close. It was close. They were both very good, but I did not see the Blanton Straight from the Barrel being better than 23C. And if you watch my video of, it was Stag, the 22A, which is my favorite, going up against the release number 8. Not an 08 Stag. I kept saying that in the video, but the release number 8, and then going against a Blanton straight from the barrel. The Blantons actually came in last. 22A, which was my favorite, actually came in first. So next up, you've got the what is that? The Ezra 7. Now I do have an Ezra 7. That wasn't mine. That was the Ezra 7 Rye. Very sweet on the palate. Very good. That was actually Barry's. That was Barry. Barry brought that out the house. It was very good, very sweet. I didn't get those minty rye notes or those grassy rye notes. It was like candy sweet. Now the 2XO Gem of Kentucky. I might not be your favorite YouTuber after I say this, but I just don't think it's worth the price, man. I mean, look, what is that? A $200 bottle? Even the regular Icon series, the Phoenix. When I reviewed the Phoenix, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm buying another one until someone has something good to say. Now, luckily, I do have 2 samples. So I've got a sample of the Tribute blend, and I've got a sample of the Innkeeper's blend that Brad let me get. So, you know, if I do get the new one, I probably will buy that just so I can put it up against those, because Brad said that the Innkeepers and the Tribute was just amazing. So next up on the list, and this was actually one of my favorites of the night, and make sure you stick around for the ranking. So this was the Pappy 15. I've had Van Winkle Family Reserve, the 12 year. I thought it was good. What was it? The Pappy 10. I thought that was good. They weren't exceptional. You know, they weren't the, you know, chase worthy where you had to stand in line overnight. If you pick one up on a drop, great, but I can't see myself standing in line for those. However, this Pappy 15, man, I was actually blown away. I liked it that much that I was blown away. The Van Winkle Family Reserve 13-year rye, another just hitter. It was very good, very sweet, and it was better. It was better than the Ezra 7. It was definitely better than the Ezra 7. This one right here, the next one, this Old Carter, batch 14. Now Brad has them stockpiled because he likes them that much. Me and Brad are going to talk. We're going to talk because I've got to get me one. I've got to get my hands on one. I would love to find one for a decent price. You know, I am not made of money. Brad knows that. Sometimes I think Brad is made of money because all of the top tier bottles in this picture are Brad. So this one, and this one, if the picture's in the right place, those are Brad's. Next up, King of Kentucky. I believe this King of Kentucky came in at 133 point something proof. I would have done a better job of getting photos had I thought this was going to be a video, because I was like, you know what, I was going to go into the things that I picked up, because I've got another video that I'm shooting tonight. I know I can be a little long-winded, but shout out to Kevin from S&W once again. This is the 2005 Lot B George T. Stagg 131.8, and the reason why he gave me that is because I thought that it was a GTS beater. I still think that until I get the review done. Kevin was saying, no, I don't think it is. I gave him a 2-ounce pour of the Rye 3. Now, these are 2 different Rye 3s. This is 68.6 proof and 69.6 proof. The 68.6 proof is just slightly better, a little richer in my opinion. But he said, man, if I give you a 2-ounce pour, fresh crack, I'm going to try and put the picture on the screen. He even has some cork rot. He went to twist the cork and it broke. He sent me a picture. But I am going to put these 2 up against each other tonight. And then at some point, because I've got so many reviews that are shot and just unedited, I'm going to put the Rye 3 up against Shane's 15-year American Light Whiskey. Shout out to you, Shane. Dave's 15-year Bull Run American Whiskey. So shout out to you, Dave. And just get those things side by side. The reason why I'm not going to be able to do them blind though is because I know it doesn't show up here, but in a 2-ounce sample, this is very light compared to this. So I cannot do these blind. It will never show up. That will not be a true blind. But anyway, let me get back to the bottles. So getting back to the bottles. All right, so the King of Kentucky, like I said, I would have done a better job of getting a picture of the proof. I believe it was 133. It was the 2022 King of Kentucky release. It was really, really, really good. Concentrated brown sugar, but the smoothest brown sugar that you could ever have in your life. For it to be 133 proof, and that was my first drink of the day when I got there, it did not drink like it. I swear, everybody, we all talked about how it drank like it was about 110, 115. That's how smooth. That's how smooth that King of Kentucky is, man. It is just ridiculous. And then of course you've got the Stag, the 23C. That, like I said, that was very good, very rich, had those deep, rich, great notes that Stag is pretty much known for. Like I said, I liked it better than the Blanton Straight from the Barrel. Then you have my Rye 3, which I still think is a monster. You Barry, you know what I mean. This thing is a monster, man. I love it, and I'm probably releasing the review for this one before I release this series of reviews or videos, just so you can see what I mean when I tell you how much I liked it. But let's get into the ranking. So let me put the picture back up. If I took it down, I'll put it back up. But so my number 3 bottle was Pappy 15. Pappy 15 was my number 3 bottle. That thing was just, it was something special. I really, really, really like that bottle. My number 2, King of Kentucky. King of Kentucky, like I said, man, at 133 proof, it was the smoothest brown sugar that it was so well put together, but it was more of a one note wonder. You know what I mean? Like it was super concentrated brown sugar, very smooth, no ethanol, alcohol notes, and that was pretty much it. My number 1, matter of fact, not just my number 1, the number 1 of the night for me, Barry, and Cody Spody, and Brad was the Old Carter Batch 14. I don't know what the Carters are doing. I don't know what type of voodoo magic that they do. Kevin said that he talked to him. I think he's one of the members down there that has a locker. And he told me he talked to him and they said nothing's under 7 years old. They don't put any age statements on their bottle. So he said, but nothing is under 7 years old. They do get a lot of older stuff than that, but nothing's under 7 years old. But whatever they do to blend the Old Carter Batch 14 is just incredible. So look, guys, put in the comments the bottles that you went to a bourbon share or a bottle share and you were just blown away by, because I love to hear those stories. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.